You know, there's so many things when you think about Caitlin and her not wanting to miss games. Obviously, she's a competitor, wants to play. Obviously, everyone wants to watch her play. You know, but for me, it's maintaining perspective, right? It's making sure that we address this in a way that doesn't affect long term.
The headline stopped WNBA fans in their tracks not because Caitlin Clark missed a game, but because of who finally spoke up. After weeks of bruising battles, tight schedules, and growing concern about player fatigue.
Well, the Fever have indeed hit some hardship early in the WNBA season. Of course, Caitlin Clark going down was the #1 cause of this, but then Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson suffer injuries.
Fans were left stunned. How could the most talked-about player in the league, the face of the franchise, suddenly disappear from the lineup with no heads up? Was it injury? Load management? Something more serious? And with the Fever offering no clear answers, speculation spread like wildfire. Social media lit up. Reporters scrambled for details, and the silence only fueled the storm. For a rookie who's done everything short of dragging the franchise back to relevance, the lack of transparency felt like a betrayal. Not just to Clark, but to the fans who tune in, show up, and keep this league growing. While Caitlin Clark was sidelined, fans were left guessing. Was it a minor injury? Was it rest? Or was something bigger going on behind the scenes?
The Fever to add something in the backcourt. And we're also approaching the time where we're going to get an update on Caitlin Clark as well. But just to take it full circle, here is what Fever president Kelly Crosskop had said about this yesterday in regards to the emergency hardship situation.
We're down in numbers, but we're looking at adding another player for a replacement player to help us with our numbers and try to get people healthy and try to get a full roster back together. I mean, games are still coming, so it's going to be an adjustment, but we have a good group. We have good depth, thankfully, so that should help us.
Are you hoping to have that player before Tuesday's game?
We're hoping, yeah.
All right.
Have you ever been through any circumstance this early into the season and stuff where you're battling 3-4 down? Like, how unique is it?
Remember, I don't, probably, but I mean, because the WNBA, the roster sizes are so much smaller. So when you get down to the 11-player roster and you lose 3 players like that, now you've got to add a quick player to your roster. So it's something that you just deal with being in this league with the roster sizes being a little bit smaller, and that's why you try to build for depth.
Is this maybe another perfect example of where the W, if they could get to where they had like the NBA has 2 ways, but maybe home player development roles and they could be available in times like this? Would that be ideal?
I mean, just more bodies would be good. Yeah.
Now, with the playoffs looming and pressure mounting, this Fever star is shedding light on what's really happening inside that locker room, the toll the season is taking. Kelsey Mitchell isn't just another name on the roster. She's the Indiana Fever's heartbeat when Caitlin Clark isn't on the floor. A WNBA All-Star, one of the league's most dangerous scorers, and a veteran presence in a young locker room, Mitchell knows the pressure and the spotlight. And this time, she didn't dodge it. After practice, with reporters swarming and tension still thick in the air, Mitchell stepped up to the mic and addressed what everyone had been whispering about: Caitlin Clark's sudden absence. Her tone was calm but firm, and her words made it clear the team is rallying, they're locked in, and above all, they're being careful with Caitlin. She's got to take care of her body, Mitchell said, and we've got to support her, not just as teammates, but as people who care about her long-term. That moment didn't just offer clarity, it sent a message. The Fever aren't panicking. They're protecting their star. Caitlin's out because we're trying to protect her. We've all been dealing with stuff. Bodies breaking down, soreness, fatigue. It's a lot. She's young, she's elite, but she's not invincible. That statement hit differently. It wasn't just about one player sitting out. It was a window into the physical and emotional toll of a WNBA season. Especially for Caitlin Clark, the most talked-about rookie in years, who's carried a franchise, sold out arenas, and absorbed the spotlight, all in just a few months. Mitchell's words revealed something fans don't always see. Behind every highlight reel is ice, tape, recovery, and exhaustion.
It doesn't change the grand scheme or grand point of things, because all of this hinges on the return of Caitlin Clark. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. It doesn't take a basketball savant to be able to connect those dots. But Cunningham and Colson seem like they're set to return fairly soon, given Stephanie White's comments. And we're due for an update on Caitlin. In the short, we're a week out of the announcement of 2 weeks.
She went straight from one of the most intense and high-pressure college seasons in NCAA history into the firestorm of a rookie WNBA campaign. No offseason, no break, just media tours, packed arenas, and the weight of a league suddenly thrust into the mainstream. And through it all, she shows up every single night, diving for loose balls, playing 35, 36, sometimes 38 minutes a game, taking hits, getting knocked down, and still launching logo threes like it's nothing, all while leading the entire WNBA in assists. This isn't just a player, this is a force. But even forces need rest. Even icons need protection. But behind the scenes, the reality has been simmering for weeks. Multiple sources close to the team say Caitlin Clark's been playing through nagging injuries, soreness in her legs, tightness in her back, general fatigue that's been building since April. She's been powering through it all without complaint, without drama, because that's what stars do. But now, the Fever have finally pulled the plug. Not because they wanted to, but because they had to. Kelsey Mitchell didn't mince words. Her tone was serious. Her message was clear. This ain't just about one game. It's about her longevity. We all gotta step up. But let's be honest. It's different without Caitlin. She sees things before they happen. She changes everything. And she's right. When Caitlin's on the court, the offense flows differently. The defense stretches out to guard her range, and suddenly the lane opens up. Her passes, they aren't just smart. They're surgical. She's not just putting up numbers. She's dictating the rhythm of the game. Without her, the Fever lose their compass, their leader, their pace setter. So this wasn't just a rest day. It was a calculated move. A quiet admission that if Indiana wants any shot at a postseason run, they need their engine in one piece. And let's be clear, the Fever need Caitlin Clark more than ever. They're right in the thick of a razor-thin playoff race, where every single game carries massive weight. One loss here, one slip up there, and suddenly the dream of making history could slip through their fingers. This isn't just about winning games. It's about carving out a legacy, proving they belong among the league's elite. Without Caitlin on the floor, that path gets a lot steeper, and the pressure on the rest of the team mounts exponentially. This moment shines a spotlight on a much bigger issue facing the WNBA today: the intense physical toll on players who have little downtime, limited access to top-tier medical care, and are constantly pushed to perform at their highest level. With the league growing fast and expectations skyrocketing, managing player health isn't just important, it's critical to the future of the game. Caitlin Clark may be the league's golden ticket, the star everyone watches and talks about. But Kelsey Mitchell's words reveal something deeper beneath the surface. The WNBA is evolving faster than ever. The intensity on the court is off the charts, the spotlight is shining brighter, but when it comes to player care and recovery, the league still has some catching up to do. And maybe this brief absence is the Fever's way of sending a clear, powerful message to the league and fans alike. We understand the physical and mental toll this game takes, and we're not willing to push our superstar Caitlin Clark to the breaking point just for a few wins. Protecting her now means safeguarding the team's future. It's a long-term strategy in a league that's still fighting to grow and be taken seriously. But this raises some big questions. When will Clark be ready to return? Can the Fever keep their momentum going without their biggest star on the floor? Playoff races are razor thin, and one game without her could be the difference between making history or falling short. More than that, this situation shines a spotlight on a crucial issue. How do teams balance pushing for victory with protecting players' health? Especially when stars like Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are giving it their all night after night, carrying not just their teams, but the hopes of a league still building its legacy. And finally, it makes us ask, how can we, as fans and supporters, stand behind these incredible athletes who are risking their bodies and minds for the game? Clark and Mitchell are more than just players. They're the heart of the WNBA's rise, and they deserve a system that values their well-being as much as their talent. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Should Caitlin Clark get more rest to stay healthy for the long haul? Or does the Fever need her on the court every single night to keep their playoff hopes alive? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our deep dives into everything WNBA. Because this isn't just about stats and scores. It's about the stories that shape the game, the players who define it, and the future they're building. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.